Welcome everyone to episode 6 of Figure Battles, where we pit two figures against one another, head to head, toe to toe, plastic to plastic. As always, we will be looking at each figure's paint, sculpt, articulation and accessories to give you an in-depth comparison, and at the end of the video you guys decide which figure deserves your hard-earned cash and that special spot on your display shelf. And today's fighters are Storm Collectibles Chun-Li, one of the most recent additions to the Street Fighter V line, and FIGUARTS Chun-Li, arguably the best figure of the Figuarts Street Fighter series. Jumping straight into the packaging, here is the front. Big clear window on the front, nice artwork of Chun-Li, shiny logo, and matte finish box. Here are the sides. Here is the bottom and the back. The front, nice clear window on the front, glossy photo, logos and text, and matte finish for the box. The sides, the bottom, and the back. Looking at the head sculpt, just beautifully hand sculpted details on the Storm Collectibles, compared to a very clean, digitally sculpted Figuarts. Storm's paintwork is, as always, outstanding. Very close attention to detail, especially with the eyes, the eyeshadow, and the glossy paint used for the lips. And despite Storm having the more accurate Street Fighter V sculpt, I have to admit Figuarts offers a very cute, anime-esque look. Both figures don't back down on the sculpt work either. All the embroidery on Chun-Li's costume are sculpted on both figures, highlighted with gold paint. Stretches in her dress are also sculpted to give a more realistic feel. One thing that really impresses me about the Storm Collectibles Chun-Li is the intricate dragon design printed on her white waist sash. It just goes to show just how much attention to detail Storm puts into their figures and really sets it aside from the Figuarts version. Storm Collectibles have opted to go with a more lighter blue for Chun-Li's dress, while Figuarts have gone with a darker, almost navy blue for Chun-Li's costume. With Chun-Li's bracelets, Figuarts have gone full on with sharp studs, which do hurt if you're not careful, while Storm have dulled theirs down with rounded points. Chun-Li's infamous thighs, and the object of every teenage boy's fantasy in the 90s, are excellently accentuated by both figures. The sculpted muscles, the subtle shading which gives more depth, is really well done on both figures here. While Storm obviously has put more effort into covering the entire figure with some kind of paint application, where it be shading or a wash, which mind you makes the figure look like a high-end statue with super articulation, overall Figuarts gives a vibrant color palette with some nice shading and details in areas that are needed. If you're not familiar with Storm Collectibles, then it's worth mentioning that they are known for using a combination of hard plastic and rubber parts. Rubber, hard plastic, rubber, rubber, hard plastic, soft plastic, soft plastic, soft plastic, soft plastic, rubber, rubber, hard plastic, hard plastic, hard plastic. Which, for the most part, and I do say most part, I am looking at you, Storm Collectibles Ryu, gives you a highly articulated figure and is a joy when swapping out accessories too. Figuarts, whilst using mainly hard plastic, has also opted to go with a softer plastic lower half dress. Looking at articulation, we have side to side movement, looking up, looking down, head tilt, and articulation in her ox horns. A butterfly joint for both figures, 360 swivel, arms move out this much, upper bicep swivel, double jointed elbows for Storm Collectibles, single jointed elbows for Figuarts, upper torso and waist articulation for both figures. Both figures get a nice split and can kick forward and back this much too. Upper thigh swivel for Storm, but no upper thigh swivel for Figuarts. Single jointed knee for Figuarts, double jointed knee for Storm. We do get a boot cut for Storm Collectibles, but no boot cut for Figuarts. Up, and down. Foot articulation, articulated toes, swivel, and ankle tilt. As always with Storm Collectibles, we get quite a few accessories and some really nice effect pieces, but first of all, some fisted hands, left and right fingers splayed out open palm hands, 2 fingers bent back slightly closed together open palm hands, a pair of thumbs in or chopping hands, and 1 right-handed, I guess you could say, let's get it on hand. 4 interchangeable heads, and these are actually full heads. You get her stern face here, her slightly smiling face, which is on the body at the moment, and we get her shouting face as well, which does have a different sculpt for her hair. As I mentioned earlier, Storm gives us some really nice effect pieces. First of all, the effect pieces for Chun-Li's wrists that you can wrap around her bracelets, and they are made of a soft, clear, translucent plastic. We also get a blast effect, or her Kikoken blast attack that she uses in the game, and of course we get the iconic Hyakuretsu Kyaku attack effect piece as well, which is really nice. And again, these pieces are made of a softer plastic, and you just slot it in her foot like this, and the friction holds it together quite nicely. As you can see, the effect piece just wraps around her bracelet like that, and the effect piece does have holes where these studs go through. And for the blast effect, there is a hole here at the bottom which you can plug into a base. That does come with the figure, and it is a really nice base, and I'm really glad that they included it. It's actually made from a couple of ratchet joints, which is really cool. And you just pop it on there and you can simulate the Kikoken attack. Moving on to figure arts, we get 2 fisted hands for Chun-Li, a pair of stylized fighting pose hands, left and right closed thumb chopping hands, and a pair of open palm hands. We also get some really nice face sculpt options. We get her stern face, her smiling, slightly smiling face, and her shouting face. And Figuarts also gives us the Hyakuretsu Kyaku attack effect piece for Chun-Li here as well. It's colored in a yellow clear hard plastic as opposed to the blue that we got for the Storm Collectibles. It also does come with a clear stand here that plugs into the back of the effect piece to help Chun-Li stand. Though I honestly do think both figures are fantastic in their own respects, each bringing something a little different to the game, I think this would be the best way to sum up how I feel about both figures. Storm once again has done an excellent job in recreating the Street Fighter V feel. We get that with every character they've put out so far, but with Chun-Li, everything translates so well to figure form. Chun-Li really is that perfect balance between engineering without sacrificing aesthetics, and somehow gives us that feminine look while still retaining that gritty Street Fighter V feel. Well done, Storm. Well done. Not to overlook Figuarts, as their Chun-Li is still, in my opinion, the cream of the crop and an excellent representation of a generic Chun-Li with fantastic articulation and some great accessories, but a really nice anime-esque look to it. So if you can't have both, which do you buy? Well, I think by now most people are choosing by line and not by character. Well, you have a couple of things to consider. First, there is price. But then again, you got to look at what you get with each figure. Next, there's scale. Do you want to mix and match with your 6-inch figures, or are you just an exclusive Street Fighter V line collector? And I think the last deciding factor would be the overall look. You either care about game accuracy, or you don't. So who do you side with, Team Storm or Team Figuarts? Let me know, guys, down in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, hey, thanks for stopping by. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you more than liked the video, please feel free to subscribe. As always, thank you so much for watching. You guys are awesome. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you for the next one.